Sunday night. A very relaxing Sunday night with those dulcet tunes blustering in. It's the 23rd of November. It's 8 o'clock. It's time for DPMF Live. This time, it was meant to be a DPMF deep dive. However, we're just having a bit of a free roll tonight because Dan can't make tonight, unfortunately, due to more important commitments, which I'm sure everybody will understand. If you like what you hear, please share the space. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is growing nicely. Rayleen, thank you. If you want to join in the chat tonight, just put some comments in the comments box or put your hand up and we'll get you up. But like I said, go to the YouTube channel and listen to the other programs and previous episodes that we've done. They've been are pretty good. Mike, Magic Mike.
How's it going, guys? How's it going?
Yes, awesome, man. Do you want to fill us in with the markets?
Oh, man, you know what? I've got a little bit of I'm going to do the markets, but it's going to be slightly bloated.
Bloated?
Because, yeah, I mean...
You've been eating bread?
I have been.
Just like me, son.
Don't you hate it when you get gas?
That's what the mute button's for.
Wes would know about that. He gets a lot of gas in his cupboard.
That is also, all shows are recorded.
Tell everyone the date so that they can go back.
Go on then, Magic. Tell us about the markets.
All right, so obviously we're going to be starting with Bitcoin, but since the climate that we're in, I mean, it's getting slightly worrying. So I thought I'd pull out a little bit of some historical data for Bitcoin.
Should we get a bottle of aspirin or no?
Remember, we've only got an hour. Remember, we've only got an hour, Mike.
I kind of think you need the antidepressants, to be honest.
Dan's not even listening to the show and he's getting worried.
I'll get it done in time. Don't worry. All right, so Bitcoin is at $87,426 now. Does anyone want to guess what it was at the start of the month?
92.
92, no.
103.
No. Getting close, though.
113.
No, you're a bit too high now.
Oh, 111.50.
All right, I'm going to just say it, but you're very close. You're very close. So someone give Wes a prize. All right. All right. It was 110,000. So it's down. It's down by $22,700. So I mean, I don't know what that says about the climate at the minute because that's a big hit.
No.
So,
stop that sound. That stinks of rotation. That's what I think it is, rotation. They're pulling out of Bitcoin and then those assets must move somewhere. That is the rule of the universe.
Can I give you my opinion?
Go on.
Have you seen the latest on Zcash and privacy coins at the minute?
No.
They've been absolutely flying. They're the only currencies that are going anywhere. It's privacy coins like Zcash and Oh, what are the other ones? I can't remember the other ones.
Monero.
Yeah.
Oh,
Have you seen the pumps? Have you seen the pumps on Zcash?
What percentages are we talking?
That doesn't mean Wes. That doesn't mean go and buy any. Seriously,
Right.
don't go there.
If it's the top, I'll buy it.
Yeah, you'd really wreck that market. I'll tell you, it's absolutely pumping. Zcash, Monero, like you said, live free, and there's some other ones. I can't remember what the other ones are, but yeah, all the privacy coins seem to be taking off. But that does seem to fit with the narrative at the minute about overzealous governments and stuff. So I can see why.
Yeah. Everybody's worried about the CBDCs and stuff like that. The problem with these privacy coins is, how do you get your money back out? I mean, you may be able to, bring some money into it, but you have to be able to cash out.
So
And
I don't know. Yeah, cool. Sorry.
So if not, okay. So if the banks, if the banks are preventing from you to get, connecting to them and depositing into the banks, then you're kind of stuck. You're stuck in the cryptoverse,
But you can still trade in and out of stable coins, can't you? So do you need to? I think what's happening in this country, and I know in this country, come January, all exchanges are feeding into HMRC government data. So
yeah.
Right, but so what I'm saying is you're still stuck. You may be able to hide your money 80% of the time. Either way, you still have to use their onboarding or offboarding. It's because in order to get your money out. So that's where they get you. It's like, okay, fine. It's like, they'll let you play. They'll let you play with your money, hide it from them. But somehow you're still going to have to use their system to come back out.
You raise a very good point. You see, I've always thought that cryptocurrency actually is the devil's bloody tool, the devil's advocate, if you like, because people thought it provided anonymity. People were doing drug deals on Bitcoin network when it first started, thinking, oh, no one can trace it. But they didn't understand that everything is absolutely traceable.
100%.
So,
that is
100%. Yeah.
Mike, sorry, mate. We've totally
No worries, mate. That was it's all part of it. It's all part of it. That was sort of my point, because it's we're in very uncertain times and no one knows what the hell is going on.
Yeah, I would just say, I applaud everyone to kind of go and have a look at Zcash and see what it's doing. And
definitely
ripping.
Well, Zcash at the minute is on the 24-hour is up 20%, nearly 20%.
But zoom out. If you go out, I don't know, 20 days or so, look at the pump.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
wow.
You got 100% pump, man.
So it went like $517 up to like, oh wow, yeah, nearly $100.
I think people are running scared.
Wow.
I don't know what you're looking at, man. I'm seeing 242 was where it was around.
I'm just on Coin
27 October.
You haven't refreshed Magic Mike.
I have not.
It's more than doubled
this time. I'm refreshed, but obviously I'm still not getting the adequate news.
Anyway, Mike, carry on with your market.
You know what? Compared to what Live Free just said, I'm feeling very inadequate now with this analysis.
That's okay. That's okay. The nuggets are shriveling. Oh my goodness.
All right. Back to business. All right. So Ethereum is sitting at $2,826, down 8.95 on the 7-day, up 2.8% on the 24-hour. Up just under 1% on the hour. So, all right. We're sort of coming back a little bit, but there's not much.
You sound angry about that.
I mean, to be honest, I've just got that angry way. I think it's just my heritage, to be honest. So I'm really sorry if I offended you there, Wes.
I'm not really bothered about it. I've never been Ethereum at all.
I've got that fiery heritage. It's just, you know what I mean? When we're talking, we sound like we're shouting. That's probably because I'm half deaf as well, maybe, but.
Are you Scottish?
I don't know
I'm
about
Scottish.
I don't know about you guys, but I've never really been into Ethereum.
No, I've never been into Ethereum.
I tell you what, I had a great stint in Ethereum-based projects, and my weapon of choice, the ones that I would always go to, were rug pulls. I loved getting a good rug pull off Ethereum. Yeah, I got many sales of that.
You're a rug puller's dream, aren't you, Wes?
Perhaps that's
I'm
why I
like,
never went for Ethereum.
they call me Aladdin. They call me Aladdin in the stock markets.
Oh, dear. Anyway, Magic, carry on.
All right,
carry on.
so Tether
This
is
cracking me
at
up.
in 99 cents as per. Never really goes to a dollar, does it? Probably still printing out a load of money as well. Probably what did they print out? Maybe $1 billion today, maybe. I'm just guessing. I don't know if they have, but I'm guessing they might have. XRP, we were sitting at $1.80 something a few days back. Now we're back up to $2.07. Okay. Everything's still red. So everything's on the 7 day, it's all down, but, so that's, it's doing all right. It's bouncing back a bit, but who knows what that's going to do. According to what we know from Dan, it could be going lower than that. Does anyone want to confirm?
Well, I think there's going to be peaks and troughs. Peaks and troughs. We'll just have to wait and see.
It's going to be a bit of a roller coaster, but yeah, we'll see. Because there's a lot of shout on X. Because there's even one person that was on X that was saying it'll go to something like $750 or something like that by the end of December. Which I can't really see that happening, but
I think again, you just need to ignore the noise and home in on why you're invested in it.
Exactly, long term.
And I think also specifically as well, you need to look at technical analysis instead of fundamental analysis. Because,
well, I think that's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't listen to the news, man, because that's just misdirection. But to time the markets, the best way, most proven way, is if you have the ability to analyse the markets. I can draw triangles, mate. I know how to draw a triangle and a few lines. I am the guru.
I think you're used to drawing your triangles backwards.
I always have them upside down. I have the paper upside down, boys. But it goes the right way, but just in the wrong direction.
Did you learn that at preschool, Wes?
I've learned it. I have a great love of geometry, trigonometry, and triangles. I love triangles, but
you know what?
I always get them the wrong way round.
Your answer was absolutely brilliant until you said, "I know how to draw triangles." You sound really intelligent, and then you said, "I know how to draw triangles."
When doing the triangle, Wes, do you use a protractor? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, I use the bloody compass to draw the circle.
Wes's call we've ever had.
Wes's problem is he's of Asian descent, so he reads stuff backwards. That's what his problem is.
Well, I wish that was a good excuse, live free, but I think I'm just daft.
Just stick to practicing your triangles, man. That's all.
Carry on, Magic. Carry on, Magic.
Back to the charts. Back to the money. BNB, $849, down 7.8% on the 7 day, up 0.19% on the hour. So not much movement. Solana, $132.33, down 3.9 on the 7 day. Over the 24 hours is up 3.93%. Oh, 3.95%. It just refreshed. I didn't think my desktop was capable of refreshing, but there you go. All right, USDC sitting at $1. Tron TRX at number 8, 0.27 cents. That's down by 5.77% on the 7 day, up by 0.05% on the hour. Dogecoin, Department of Governmental Efficiency, if that's what it really means. 0.14 cents, down on the 7 days, 6.22%.
This is where Daniel would come in and say, I remember when it was at pennies and I bought this so much.
Well,
Got so much money out of this.
I bought Dogecoin. What do you lot say? Doge or Dodge? I like Dodge.
It depends how I'm feeling. If I've had a bacon sandwich in the morning, I'll call it Dogecoin, but if I haven't, then it's Dogecoin all day, mate.
Doge. All right, so I bought Dogecoin at 0.0 in the 0.00 because it was just totally random. I was literally on Reddit. Yeah, this is how random it was. So this was when I was very new. I was as green as the grass, the green grass of home. So I was reading Reddit and I was just in some random chat. This was around the time where the Wall Street bets thing was happening, where they were trying to bring down Wall Street and all of that stuff. So there was all sorts of chats going around at that time. So I ended up in this random chat. I literally woke up in the morning and I was ready because I thought, well, what am I going to put my money into? And then I just saw that there was so many people in this chat saying, oh, Dogecoin's going to pump. It's going to pump. And I just thought, you know what? F this. I'm going in. So I just put my money in and it pumped. And I think it ended up going out from, I think I had just under $5,000 to put in, and it ended up overnight going up to 20k. So that turned into 20k, which was mad. Because I was so new to it as well, and I was thinking, what the hell is this witchcraft, man? I couldn't believe it. But yeah, that's my story.
Wow.
But then I was a greedy twonk, and I didn't understand that you had to sell for profits, all of that, depression, the story. But anyway.
But you know what?
We've all been there.
That's one of these beginner things. I've done that, unfortunately, several times myself. You come in, you buy it. Oh man, it's going to go up because you listen to the wrong noise, and it's going to go up. It's going to keep on going up. It's going to keep on going up. And then you learn your lesson that it's always in cycles, man. It's always in cycles.
I think that's why it's handy to have a crypto compadre in the industry. This is the thing, because I was so new that all I had were people at work that were like all amateurs. No one really knew what the hell they were doing. So everyone was just kind of guessing at what to do. If I had someone who was more, who knew crypto more, then I might have fared better. But hey,
Mike, I'll take you under my wing.
You're not referring to Wes there, are you?
I'll take you under my wing, man.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with buying at the top, Wes. But
we can lose together. Imagine that. That's better than losing on your own, isn't it?
Well, it is true, mate. We can pick each other up from the gutter.
Exactly. I'll give you tips. You give me tips.
I appreciate it, mate. That was a warm invitation, and I'm receiving it with warmth. I love that. Thank you so much. All right, so last one, number 10, Cardano, ADA.
It's always there. It's always at 10.
It's just there, isn't it? It's just there. Under it at number 11. Not that we're supposed to go past the 10, but 11's Bitcoin Cash. And that's at $549.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Wes, don't buy it.
Hey, did y'all hear about that? ADA got hacked. They had a disruption on November the 21st.
I did hear about that.
Yes.
So apparently, let me see. How did it work? Let's see. There was this. It was a stake pool operator known as Homer J. His X handle was Kpun Tinoob. I have no idea what the hell that means.
Simpson.
I thought he was going to say Simpson.
No,
Homer J. Simpson.
See how did he do it? I'm trying to find here.
Come on, please tell me he used guns. Did he use guns? Or TNT?
Okay, so the incident was dubbed a poisoned transaction attack. It highlighted the Cardano's resilience. The chain self-recovered without a full reset or centralized intervention, preserving all of the prior blocks. It disrupted the staking pools and orphaned some of the transactions. And it also raised the fears of potential double spends. The price dipped between 6 to 19% after that, but then it has then restabilized. I'm thinking everything is fucking dipped anyway, so it doesn't matter. So he apparently ended up repeating failed transactions, and he repeated them often. And somehow he was able to hack the system. But they were able to catch it, and ADA, from what I understand, they forked. And then they were able to bypass that attack. And then he comes out on X, apologizing. Oh, I am sorry for this. But unfortunately, the FBI has already been called in on it, so they're going to investigate that aspect of it. But yeah, I mean, we still have big blockchains like ADA being hacked, and something so simple as that. It's like I can't imagine when AI, artificial intelligence, starts to get more involved.
It's scary,
in these
isn't
attacks.
it?
Yeah.
I mean, what is it? Quantum computing apparently is the biggest threat.
Well, you know what? Elon Musk came out saying that there's no way, he doesn't think that AI is ever going to break the Bitcoin's mathematical algorithm. But that's according to him. But I've seen other people saying, yeah, they'll be able to break it by 2027. So I don't know. I mean, I just don't know. I mean, how powerful these things can get these computational systems. I mean, an encryption code is just a sequence of numbers. I mean, that's what it is. So, or letters, whatever you want to call it. So eventually someone's going to be able to get it. How long it takes, who knows? I guess it all depends on the power you have in your system trying to hack it.
Bitcoin
Well, I have to say, Mike, that was a very refreshing markets breakdown.
Thank you very much.
Sprinkled with a piece of magic. Very nice. I like it. It's different, very different to Dan's technique. So I applaud you. Tonight's episode is 96. It's just really going to be a bit of a free for all because Dan's not here. If anyone in the audience wants to join us, please put your hands up. And we're just having a bit of a live chat, really, to be fair. All the calls are recorded. We'll go on our show. Lovely Rayleen is in the audience. She might even be brave enough to come up at some point. You never know. Tonight's show is brought to you by Fusion XIO, the sickest and baddest place to mint and sell your NFTs. Get on there and have a look, because minting process for NFTs is very simple and it's actually very effective. Have you guys actually minted any NFTs on Fusion yet?
Oh, I myself haven't. So yeah, I've got 2 collections that are going to be on Fusion, but I tried to see, because what's happened is, because Dan is so far advanced on the XRPL with all this technology, I was going to bring out a sort of normal 2D collection. And then after speaking with Dan, and I started on that, and then after speaking with Dan and seeing what DPMF are involved in, I thought, no, I'm now gonna do a 3D metaverse ready character sort of set. So that's put me back considerably, but I've now I'm gonna be using Fusion for that.
I've done a load actually, Wes. I've done all my FA Cup pictures of Palace at the FA Cup final, and I've put them all on NFTs. So I'm going to get myself. Yeah, I'm going to get myself an NFT screen display, and then attach my wallet to that, so I can just show all my NFTs in the lounge or whatever.
Have you got the NFT when we beat you in the semi-final or not?
No, I haven't got that one.
No.
I can't. What year was that, Wes?
Which year do you want to pick, mate? There's been a few.
I only remember 1990, and you beat us at the final. So and 90. 2016, wasn't it, as well?
Yeah,
PSN.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Palace,
Yeah.
but without banter aside, that is a beautiful way, I think, for an NFT as well.
Yeah. I've even got my FA Cup ticket, my QR code as an NFT. So I've out on my profile. It's wicked, actually. It's really good. It's really nice.
You know, that's pretty cool because, you know, as you can do these as just memoirs or
Yeah.
little stuff that you can save, and it doesn't cost you anything except for the IPFS fee,
Yeah.
which every single minter has to pay. But here, Fusion does not charge anything besides the IPFS fee, to mint your memoirs or your pictures, your memories and stuff. So you can do it very cheaply. And if you decide to sell your stuff, you can sell in any currency in the XRPL. So any of the over 54,000 coins that are active right now, even if they're not active, they still run on Fusion XIO. So yeah, you can definitely sell them and mint them. So this show today was supposed to be about all currency minting. That's the next phase in Fusion XIO's future. But unfortunately, Dan is actually working on coding for it. They're finding some special techniques, special coding secrets or nuggets that he actually had to he had to focus on that instead of coming for the show. But the way the all currency minting is supposed to work is you will create your NFTs. You can create a collection of one, or you can create a collection of 1,000. Technically there is no limit. And then you can set your NFTs for sale to be able to be minted by the person, the interested party, the investor, shall we say. All you need to do is pick out the currency that you want the collection to be minted. You have several options. All you have to do also is have those currencies in your trust sets. So they will then show up in your wallet or in your profile account whenever you create them. And then you can elect those options for the person that wants to mint them. And they will have to pick from the ones what you chose. But that is on the we're on the cusp. DPMF is on the cusp of finishing that part out. So that is how it's going to work. So we're all very, very excited because now I've minted quite a few NFTs and I put some for sale. And I can tell you this, it's kind of awkward to look at your wallet, and if you have 100 or 150 or 200 NFTs that are already minted, to scroll through all of those NFTs that you have already in your wallet. But in this situation, if all you have to do is just to create them, and then you allow the interested party to mint them, then they don't, bog down your wallets, and you don't have to scroll through all those. Imagine if you actually had minted a collection of 1,000 NFTs. I mean, you have to go through all those to be able to look at, NFT number 1010 that wasn't part of your collection. It was another collection, anyways. But it helps keep your wallet clean by not having to mint your NFT collection and allowing the other person to mint it for you. I don't know if any of you guys have seen, if you have a lot of NFTs or not. If you've gone through your wallet, says, where is that one NFT that I bought 2 years ago? Stuff like that. Imagine if you have your private collection along with the collection that you're selling, and you're looking through the one that you want is, let's say, let's say the Palace one, and then I have another whole NFT of 1,000 that I have to scroll through to be able to get to the one that Palace minted, it's.
Live free. Have you ever tried to collage all of your NFTs or a certain amount of the NFT to one NFT? Have you tried doing that at all? And is that
Okay, so actually I did that for DPMF Live in 2024,
yeah?
where I did a collage of all of the more common NFTs that were minted on Fusion. I did one NFT collection which showed it was like maybe 30 different NFTs on top of that one, like a backboard. So I did that, if that's what you're asking. I did that for DPMF 5.
So yeah, so say that process again for me. So if I've got loads of NFTs in my wallet, how would I get them onto one NFT? How do you do that?
Well, you would copy and paste the picture.
Oh, right.
So you take the NFT, just save that picture,
Yeah.
and then paste that on top of a black backboard or a white backboard or I don't know, the background of a soccer stadium, whatever. And then just paste 20 or 30 or 40 or however many you want.
Gotcha. Okay. Thank you very much, Livfrey. I will try doing that. Anyway, moving on tonight. Who's got the biggest nuggets then?
Ooh, Palace. I think I think you should. Yeah, I need
I've
to
got
see
some
what I'm
nuggets.
up against.
I'm going to ask the stage to Wes because I think he's got something funny up his sleeve. Wes,
Yes.
open your mic. Go on. You fill us with your first nugget.
Well, we talk of nuggets, and I like gaming. I really like gaming. And do you know why the crypto space is such a great place for Web3? Which is, and for those who don't know, because I don't know, it's all right throwing around these terms, but Web3 is where you monetize the internet, where you are paying to interact. So people are already doing this when they're gaming. Kids are already doing this when they're gaming. I'm sure any parents will know the cost of V-Bucks or player points on FIFA, or other similar attributes, on different games such as Call of Duty and all of that. But you can pay for skins, you can pay for attributes, you can pay for upgrades. So it's just the same. They've tokenized, basically, what's going on here is they've tokenized attributes, digitalized that people want. And so this is no different in the crypto space. That's what we're doing. So gaming has increased so much over the years. And even amongst the older people, usually it was a predominantly young demographic. But now, we all started as gamers. We had Sega Mega Drive, which I'm going to drop a little teaser here. There's a new game coming out. And if anyone remembers Shinobi, there's a new Shinobi game made by Sega that's coming out. Now, to me, this is big news. To me, this is huge news. And I'm sure to a lot of other geeks out there, that is great news. But anyway, I digress. What I'm saying is how great the crypto market is prepped for GameFi. And I honestly think thank you, but I honestly think that this GameFi will be the catalyst that will launch cryptocurrencies into the stratosphere, that will make it mainstream, if you like, because already, like we've seen, Fortnite, V-Bucks are mainstream. Bloody hell, I spend some money on V-Bucks for my children's sake. I don't even play the game, and I don't even get a kiss or a cuddle for it either. But such is life. But anyway, it's the exact same concept. What?
I have to agree with you. My boy only the other day, told me he bought some silly revolver as an investment. I said, what do you mean investment? It's a game.
Wow.
He goes, no, I bought it and I'll sell it in a couple of weeks' time for a couple of £100 more. I said, what? For a revolver?
But he's no different. The apple does not fall far from the tree, Palace.
Yeah.
he's no different. He's no different from you. He's making a quick
He's
penny.
right into it. Oh, he's got XRP as well. He's into crypto. He's into crypto, but I'm not letting him go too mad on it. But that's for me.
Let me jump in there, Wesley, since you mentioned Call of Duty. You know, my wife is a pretty serious gamer. Of course, she's not an elite gamer like you, Wesley, of course. But, you know, she recently got pissed off at Call of Duty. You know, there's the new version, the new game coming out, and she can't use any of her previous skins that she had won and bought in the new version.
I've heard of this.
This is exactly what Daniel was saying, how it is so very important to actually own your avatar.
Ownership.
So that, yeah, the ownership of the avatar and not just the video of it. So that way you can take it with you, because here in the situation now she's going to have to start from scratch with a whole brand new skins and everything. And there goes a whole bunch of another investment into
exactly.
Into
How much money must she have spent on that over the years? But it brings me on to the next point as well. The value of in-game digital goods, which is what you've just described there, the skins, etc. It's already bigger than many of the crypto markets. You know, Fortnite, Roblox, Call of Duty, like what you say. They're worth tens of billions annually. And they don't come with ownership. You raised the most crucial point. You can spend, my kids are spending this money, my money. They're spending my money because the kids don't work. So the kids are spending my money buying skins, and I don't even own them. It's just to keep them quiet for whilst they're playing the game, so they don't give me an earache, which is not a good way of parenting, I agree, but sometimes I do that.
Well, you know what? That's what makes Fusion so important, with their developments of their creation of their 3D avatars and the upcoming augmented reality, being able to see them. Because, you know, they are allowing people to take their skins with them. They're allowed to take their avatars with them. So, you know, and the way they're going to do it is they're going to open source that technology in order to be able for other verses, you know, whether it's the Expector verse, whether and any other verse that may come up in the XRPL, to be able to upload those. But of course, those other verses have to allow that technology in. But at least it will be available for the other verses, and if they allow it, then that's great.
So,
go on, Wes.
This is my nugget, you know, mate. These are my nuggets. Stop tickling my nugget. Stop stealing the nugget.
I'm polishing your nugget, buddy. I'm polishing.
Everyone's grabbing everyone's nuggets here. Calm down.
I wouldn't admit to that live on recorded space there, Live Free.
Well, anyway, Live Free, you know, you bring it well, but interoperability is the absolute holy grail, because without that, you know, we need to be able to transfer these characters seamlessly and to different, and I think that's going to be the breakthrough in the crypto market, because that's going to push for that, you know, where you can play your character in different platforms on different games. You can just transfer your character, because the problem isn't the tech. Like, we can all use Unreal Engine, we can all use it, everybody can use it. It's the businesses, you know, the businesses don't want to use it because they want to charge you for it, but crypto is breaking that down. If you want to steal any more nugget, I've got more to go if you want. I know about this. Like, there's a new game coming out, Shinobi, and I'm very, very excited for it because it's made by Sega as well, and it is. If anybody knows about the old game Shinobi, it was a side scroller.
You've already mentioned that nugget, man.
Well, no, I haven't. I haven't expanded upon the nugget. I'm just bashing the nugget open now. I'm hitting the nugget with a hammer. Okay, so be careful about hitting your nuggets with a hammer, okay?
He's bashing the
nugget. Flash away, man. Flash away.
So, Shinobi is being developed. I think we've got a release date. I don't actually know it. But if anyone remembers it, it was a side scroller, but they've totally updated it. And I don't think it's a side scroller anymore, but it is going to incorporate the transactional side, the Web3 side, which is basically what it is. And I think they're going to make a statement. There's a few things they've said in development that I've been following, and they're alluding to it. They're not saying it outright, but they are alluding to it.
I would just like to let the audience know we are not sponsored by Sega. We have no affiliation with Sega. And whatever Wes is saying, I've got no idea if it's true or not.
Those are his nuggets and only his nuggets.
His nuggets may not be nuggets.
No, they are. But can we just understand that the crypto community is absolutely primed for the GameFi. GameFi is going to. I'm certain that GameFi is going to unlock. It's going to give the boost necessary and the catalyst to totally transform crypto and everything about it.
I think you're right, but everything will build. It just takes time, doesn't it? Should we move on to the nugget?
Okay.
Magic Mike or Live Free? What have you got?
I'm going to be totally honest. I'm building my nuggets as we go. I'm being very, what's the word?
Oh,
massaging your nuggets.
What's the word? I'm improvising.
He's letting his nuggets grow.
I'm improvising. That's it.
you guys are getting way too
This is
excited
improv.
about these.
I'm just gonna go off all of your nuggets.
All right, okay, fair enough. Live Free, you got a nugget?
Okay, all right. So mine is a combination of political and crypto. So I don't know if you know who Marjorie Taylor Greene is, but she's a representative for the state of Georgia. Now she is quitting her position, actually a political position, on January 5th, 2026. In that she stated, that the government is not going to save you, and Trump is not playing 4D chess. Now, these are some big words from her, because she was a very staunch supporter of the MAGA movement, and this is a very big red flag for me. Now, so why do I bring this topic up? Well, she even mentions that she thinks that the Republicans, those are the crypto-friendly group, they are going to lose the midterms. So if they do, then I think all the current political crypto advancements may be lost. So any kind of gains that may happen between now and November, when the midterms occur, the American midterms, is pretty much that's it. That's all we are going to see. We are then probably, if they do lose, the Republicans lose the midterm, we're probably going to have a lame duck president early on. If they lose both houses. We had a record long shutting down of the government already in the United States. And this was with both parties, the House, the Republicans having the majority in both the House and the Senate. And the opposing party, which was the Democrats, were able to ram this, being able to shut down the government for such a long time. So if the worst case scenario does happen, I do see economic turmoil from the Democrats, just to destroy the Republicans' chances of winning the presidency again. Now remember, the Trump family was debanked, and there's lots of quotes from Eric Trump and saying that that the whole family was debanked, just to keep them politically under control. And now they are now relying on crypto to continue their political pursuits. So I see the same game playing again. The Democrats will continue to debank, and they will probably attack crypto even harder now that they know that the Republicans and the Trump family is into crypto. So I think they are going to come in and try to destroy crypto even harder. So making it more difficult for the Trump family or the Republicans to to gain or to win in the midterms. You know, you have this, what was that, Pocahontas? The one that, the crypto, what's this guy's name? The lawyer, that was running against her. What's his name?
What, Deaton?
Deaton, yeah. So
John
Deaton was
Deaton.
running. Yeah, John Deaton was running against her. You know, so he would be Republican, and she is what you will see from the Democrats, exactly, trying to destroy all of crypto, because you know that's just their game. So I see a bad future if the Republicans do lose the midterms. So if we get any gains before those midterms, which are going to be sometime in November 2026, you better take advantage of them, because I see a big red flag after those midterms.
I'm actually quite relieved, Live Free. I thought you were going to go on about the end of the world nugget, and there was.
Oh no! I stopped the end of the world nuggets, because that doesn't do anybody any good. So
Thank you,
no more end of the world nuggets.
Yeah, see, my nugget was about a cataclysm. I'm joking. I'm only joking.
Did you tumbleweed? I was actually. Has anyone seen the Trump story on Netflix? Doesn't portray him very well, does it?
So what is that? The film? That's a film, isn't
Yeah.
it? Is that is that the one called The Apprentice?
Yes, I don't know if it's actually true or what, but oh my god!
I started watching it, and I thought, why have they picked? Like, it was just terrible from the off.
Yeah.
I sort of skimmed through it, and I thought, I ain't watching this.
And considering that Trump sued the BBC for misportraying him, if they haven't got their facts right on that one, God, is that done with his permission? I mean, it doesn't make him look very good at all, does it?
Nah. I mean, I haven't seen it fully, but just from even the acting, who they got to portray him, the voice, even the voice wasn't very good. You couldn't tell it was Trump, apart from the hair.
Was this on Netflix, or was this?
Yeah, the one on Netflix. It's a film.
Well, but you know what? Netflix is pretty much one of these woke infested organizations, man. I mean, it's coming up with they are getting a lot of pushback from people, the average citizen, because, you know, they're shoving down their throats, you know, the acceptance of, you know, transgenderism and homosexuality, and, you know, bestiality. They have all these shows that they're trying to, how shall we say, you know, promote as normal now, you know, and people are getting upset. I mean, did you see where Elon Musk actually ran how would I say, like a project just to try to, in essence, bring down Netflix? You know, do you remember that happened about maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago? You know, where everybody's rejecting Netflix. You know, it's like, you know, cancel your Netflix because of this and because of that. The same thing, you know, you got pedophile, you know, they're glorifying all these things that we normally wouldn't glorify, you know, pedophiles, and so, yeah, it's like, people are getting upset.
You know, I was sort of thinking about this the other day, and it goes a lot deeper. The way that they've done things on a generational level, because, all right, so Elon started that camp or whatever it was. I'm not going to name things, but Elon started that, and then people started cancelling it. But he can only access the ones that can think for themselves. So the majority of people out there, especially the younger generations, they've been brought up in a technology world where, you know, they're not thinking for themselves anymore. So what's happening, there's all this stuff's going on, the political things and all these things that are of great importance, but it doesn't even touch the younger generation because they're so alienated in social media and all of these, you know, the way that it is nowadays, that they're mainly the population now. I mean, people that have got a voice and speak up for these things, where they're the ones that are at some point going to be dying out, and then the new generations are coming in. but I just feel like they're quite susceptible to a lot of things that are going on. And they don't think about it either. You know, action, consequence. There is no, I don't know if anyone understands what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, but don't you think that's normal of younger kids, the younger generations, no matter what decade you're on? I mean, you can go back to the 70s, 1970s, and you would have these pretty much the younger crowd, the 18 to 25 crowd, at Woodstock, all those hippies, all those were being manipulated by somebody. And then they were against the establishment. Here again, now you have these younger generations against the not the government establishment, but a cultural establishment, shall we say? So I think it's just normal. I think it just have every decade or two we have different splinters, shall we say, in somebody's back, that there's always going to be a disagreement by the more, like you said, programmable younger mind, compared to one that's, been through hell already, and has been battle hardened. And it's just look at the crypto environment.
Yeah.
You have these crypto newbies coming in. They don't know, freaking crypto is 99% scams, and 1% actually good projects. So it's the same thing that you have to get battle hardened in crypto to really, it's like, oh shit, you know what? I better leave this type of group because there's so many red flags. These guys are not doxed. They just created a X account, 2 weeks ago. It's just, they promised the world and, and they don't have a plan. There's no utility in their project. It's an act of growing up in essence. We all start as crypto children and you have to get battle hardened.
I do feel like the future has been ring fenced though as well. That's another thing where, not anybody could get into politics and not anybody could run and not anybody can do that. And I feel like the younger generations, they're it's not their fault because this is just what's been put to them. If you grow up in a world where social media and all these things are taking priority over, other, because like, for example, now you've got people that are TikTok stars, you've got people that are YouTubers, it's taken away the professionalism of what we have in the world. So people aren't going into normal professions. So at some point there will be shortages of certain, there will probably be shortages of certain people that can do certain things that you need to be trained for. But like the government in general, it's just ring fenced. So only if you can breach that somehow and you can get into there, which you probably wouldn't if you're going to do anything that will bring about a change that will be good. I think we're sort of I'm sort of on the cusp, on the borderline, I'm on the edge.
If anyone in the audience is wondering what we're doing tonight, it's Nugget Night. We're having a little deep dive chat, just general XRP, general DPMF, general stuff that's going down. So please please share, please subscribe, please have a look at our YouTube channel. I've got 3 nuggets. I think I will drop one that we've actually chatted about it quite a lot recently. There are ETFs due tomorrow from Grayscale and our mate Templeton on Monday.
the old Templeton nugget.
The old Templeton coming. It'll be get struck off again, won't it? Now the space will go down now. I bet. No, we're still there. My other nugget, right now, I don't know how true this one is. Is obviously from the world of X, so it could be absolute tosh, but apparently, according to I think it's Upbit, or hang on, let me just check Upbit is one of Korea's biggest exchanges, and the volume has overtaken Bitcoin on XRP. So XRP's volume on this exchange is 315,000. 315,000 compared to Bitcoin 218,000. So something's going on. People probably just selling, I suppose.
You know what? I've seen that before. The Asians tend to like from what I've read, they tend to be very XRP
Yes.
or favorable. So the Japanese, the Koreans, they tend to be in favor of XRP.
And am I right thinking that the last XRP sort of run that's just gone, it all started in South Korea, didn't it? Or wasn't Dan saying something about it? It seemed to start from South Korea.
Well, I think he says it because you see it in the Asian markets first, because the fact that that's, the hour of opening the market starts with them, and then it just proceeds going on, westerly. So you see if something terrible is going to happen, you're going to see it in the Asian markets first. Something great's going to happen, you're going to see it in the Asian markets first, just because they just start off the economy, shall we say, the world economies.
Absolutely. So Wes, back to you. Second nugget. Hit me. Is he alive? They have got internet in the Isle of Wight, haven't they?
Are you
He's out in the ocean.
nugget
He's out in the
Wes?
ocean again.
Wes. Oh, Magic Mike, you're going to have to step in. Have you got yours?
I honestly haven't got nugget. I was going to talk about Bitcoin, but I feel like, because we already touched on it before, because Robert Kiyosaki, I don't know if any of you know Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki.
Yeah.
He was saying that, because he's been talking about the the impending great dumping and what was it called, the everything going down, the crash, the great crash, the biggest crash, and he's saying we're now approaching it. So he's doing a lot of fear mongering at the moment.
Well, I don't necessarily think it's fear mongering. I think there's some massive truth in it. This world is over-debted. There's too much debt. We haven't got enough money and money is just being printed on paper. So I don't think it's fear mongering at all. I think it's absolutely bang on right. I think the world is going to go to rat shit fairly soon. I can't think of any other way to describe it.
Well, his sort of answer is, well, everything that he sort of goes for is Bitcoin, gold, silver, things like that. So he's always into that. I think, is it property as well? I know he's into property, but the main things is, put it into them sort of assets. But see, when he says Bitcoin, I'm very skeptical about that because of what's happening with Bitcoin, and obviously, micro, Sailor's company, of what they're, how much they earn, and, possible of what they're doing with the price,
So I don't think he's talking about having all your money in Bitcoin. He's talking about having a percentage position, in which case, if you have a percentage position in gold, Bitcoin, property, you can't go too far wrong. Okay, so Bitcoin might not do as well as gold or property, but, you have a stake.
So diversify. He's talking about diversifying in it.
Yeah. It's like the XRP holders. They keep a stake just in case it did go to $12. Yeah, just in case. You just never really know 100% what's going to happen.
Has anyone heard anything about this is to do with Bitcoin still. So about the creators of Bitcoin possibly being linked to the Jeffrey Epstein files. Therefore, there could be something happening where it might be going down considerably because of that. Obviously, I don't know how true these things are.
I've done a bit of research on Epstein. Actually, he made a lot more of his money out of properties and banking. So whether he was involved in Bitcoin, probably, but most of his naughty business was done in the fiat world, in the cash world, I believe.
Right.
If I'm mistaken.
Well, but you know what? Some people say that Epstein actually was, a agent for Mossad, a Mossad agent. So, and maybe it was the Israeli government that gave Epstein his money, under the table.
I bet he's not a better agent than 00 Dan.
Double O Dan. But you know what? I just, we don't know. I mean, there's so many stuff, floating around, whether he was or he wasn't, and who Nakamoto is, if it was actually just, the name of the creator's neighbor, whose name was Nakamoto, and he just borrowed that name, or if it was created in some NSA think tank, if it was created at MIT, I don't think we will ever know. We're never supposed to know. We will never know because they want to keep us, shall we say, guessing. They don't want us to know the full truth. And so it's a lot easier to keep us entertained with all these conspiracy theories, than it is if the actual truth came out.
Do you know that Dan? Have any of you heard of Dan Penner, that billionaire?
Yes, I have. Mm-hmm.
So Dan Penner, there was a segment of a show that I was watching of he'd given his talk, and he was saying that once people find out who's behind Bitcoin, it's going to zero.
Yeah, I saw that segment. But then I saw another one too where he's praising crypto. And before in the very early ones, some of these early interviews, he was saying crypto was trash. So I just don't know what to think about Penna anymore.
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing. This is just what's happening. There's such a wealth of information out there. And I mean, depending on which source of information you go to ends up shaping your reality. So
well, you know what? That's exactly what it is about money and value. It's like, what is our reality? Well, our reality is we're giving fiat that value. If none of us believed in paper money, then the reality would be fiat would be worthless. Mm. So our new reality is we're creating a new reality until we're giving crypto value. So what's the difference in that reality and the reality of giving fiat value, or giving diamonds value, or giving oil value, or giving whatever value? It's what we create, what we want to give value to is where that value belongs. Eventually, if we all say, crypto is worthless, we don't want anything to do with it. Everybody in the world does it, then crypto goes to zero. Just like anything else. Everybody said that, diamonds are useless. Nobody wants to use diamonds. They are dirt. Just throw them out the window, and then that value goes to zero. So it all depends on where the mentality is of the culture, where they want to add the value.
It's all about tulips, mate. Tulips.
Well, a currency is only what I think the definition of a currency is just what people put on something, isn't it? So if there's enough people that put, say, like, for example, snails. I know snails, I think, were a currency at one point. I think I didn't just make that up.
What'd you say? What?
Snail shells or something. There was something, some kind of shells or something that were used as a currency back in history.
Oh.
You just missed my tulip comment, didn't you? You totally went over your heads.
Oh, sorry.
You do realise that
go on, Palace. Give us.
You do realise that I think it was Denmark or Holland that tulips used to be the exchange of wealth. The exchange, instead of paper fiat, it was tulips.
Oh, okay.
Did you not know that? You must have known that. Across Europe, it was tulips. Tulips were the most valuable thing.
Wow.
And you know what? In early history of America, salt was of great value. And so was alcohol, and so was coffee, and so were bullets. So
yeah.
I think at some point it's just going to go. It will probably end up going. If we had to reset, it would just go back to gold and silver, wouldn't it? You'd end up in the scales again. You're having scales in a marketplace. You make sure you take your little cutters, have a little thin sheet of gold, putting your grams on the scale, whatever it is, buying your apples. So if everything collapsed, it will go down. Rayleen, you got your hand up. Go on, girl.
Hi guys, how you guys doing?
Good.
How you doing? You right?
I'm doing well, thank you.
You coming in with a
What?
Can you
nugget?
guys?
Yeah, come on, give us a nugget, Raylene.
But I don't have a nugget, but I just want to add to, oh my goodness. I just want to add to Mr. Leffrey's conversation. He said that diamonds are valuable and gold, etc. So I've heard that wood and trees are actually the most valuable resource in the entire universe because you can't find it anywhere other than on Earth. So it's actually wood that is the most resourceable thing, you know. So I just wanted to add that.
You know what? As you just said that, Raylene, I just thought about, because you know they're cutting down all the rainforests and that. I just literally thought, because the way to make something more expensive is to get rid of, like, to reduce the amount, isn't it? And when you've just said that about wood, I literally just thought of them chopping down all the rainforests, and they're always, you know, you see them programs where acres and acres and acres of trees are cut down and destroyed, which obviously would make wood more valuable. Because obviously then, because you've got to grow it, haven't you? It takes years. You can't, unless you've got wood, you've grown wood, it doesn't exist.
Also,
Yes.
I know a thing or two about having wood, and it costs. You can tokenize it. You'll end up tokenizing it because everything is getting tokenized.
Yes, but you can't find it anywhere in the entire universe. So I think that's why it's so valuable. You can only find it on Earth and not on other planets. So, but you can find water though.
You know, I wonder if we can ask these aliens that supposedly have been captured if they actually came to Earth to steal fruit and wood.
You know what? I feel like the answer's in the pyramids.
Well, they definitely stole cows.
Where are we going with this nugget, eh?
This is a crazy nugget, this one. This is fantastic, this nugget.
Well, so I have another nugget. If you guys, but it's a bit of a boring nugget.
Not boring
So
at all.
did you guys know? Okay, so did you guys know that only 26% of global investors are actually women, and that only 60% of women are interested in crypto? They feel actually excluded from the crypto environment.
No.
And yeah, so and also the ages are between 35 and 44.
That's shocking. Why do you think they still
Because
feel excluded?
I think I know the answer, guys. Because they don't know that Wesley is into crypto. I buy high and sell low. What is more seductive than that?
Yeah.
You know, it's making more sense now. This is why you've had to be put on an island. So they can't access you. That is literally... You know World War Z? Have you seen World War Z? You remember that scene where all the zombies are climbing on top of each other to get over the wall? Literally, I've heard ever since Wesley left to go where he is now. I don't even want to say where he is because I don't want to put him at risk.
I reckon Wes is on a mission to spread seeds.
I've spread many seeds in my life.
Genes being spread.
I'm called the cultivator. That is what I am. I am called the
Sterilize that seed maker, please. Sterilize it.
Hey, Dan gave us the green light tonight because he said, listen guys, go and do what you want to do, I can't make it. So this is Dan's fault. If I am if I'm being crazy, this is all down to Dan. I'll wind him up as well. He knows what I mean.
Do you know what? I just feel, and I don't know if all of you agree, feel free to disagree. But I feel like I feel like this should be an episode. I just think that this is a great thing, just having a chat like we are. I do like this.
Good. Yeah, it is good. We have we have a new guest. All the money. Would you like to open up your mic, my friend? Welcome to the space.
How are you guys doing? I've just kind of been listening in this whole time. Is it loud for you guys?
No, you're good. You're good. You're good.
Have we made you laugh?
Yeah, I've been chuckling. I'm here at work, but I'm stuck in the truck.
Yeah, you're not running.
I've kind of been like closing my eyes and just listening.
You're not running anyone over, are you?
No, I'm sitting in one spot today.
Have you got any nuggets from the crypto industry?
Well, I've been pretty interested in some of the data that I've been seeing, like about this bull market coming back, and I think it's going to start again. Of course, I mean maybe Dan will come in and crush my dreams, but
Go on, Colton.
I think
Give us some nuggets. Give us some hopium. Because I mean, it's a mixed bag in here.
well, I mean, so I viewed a chart. I watched a video by Moon Lambo earlier today, and essentially he was laying out like all of the factors that have been present in every single bull market where Bitcoin has hit its top, and not a single one of them out of like 30 different indicators has even been touched this market cycle. So I'm thinking that the elongated market cycle is going to be the prevailing thing, and I think we're just waiting on liquidity, which as of this past week, we're just at the bottom line of where liquidity is normally grabbed before Bitcoin goes on its parabolic run. So, I mean, who knows? Who knows? I never know. I stay nuanced about everything, just as you should in these situations. But I really do believe that it hasn't even begun yet.
Do you think that if the Fed start quantitative easing,
quantitative easing,
yeah, do you think if they start that up, it all goes a bit mental?
Is that what they're calling it still?
Well, they had an emergency meeting or something, the Fed, and and he had a meeting with the major banks. There's something's going down, so I think they're going to instill a load of liquidity, and then that will hopefully turn the market. Because they don't want the market.
So what did they do the last time they were quantitative easing? They were sending everybody $2,000 checks, right? And that's kind of like what Trump was talking about.
Trump was talking about doing that as well, wasn't he? So where all that money is going to go somewhere. So it will probably go into investments, cryptos, and I don't know.
Well, I can give you my base thoughts on that. I think it's idiotic to print, quote unquote, print any more money to the supply. But yeah, I mean, it'll cause some sort of market activity. That's for sure.
I mean, usually, I think January to March is usually, after Christmas, is usually a time when it starts to go back up again, isn't it? When you go by previous runs.
Right.
So
this one seems different, though.
I know, this is what I mean. I've got nothing, I can't really base anything on anything anymore, because
this is prolonged.
Well, I mean, with what I'm saying, if you pair that with like Michael Saylor's post with the Titanic sinking without any context, like everything lines up. Like they're just trying to play the game, and they're basically getting in at cheaper prices. And obviously, Michael Saylor he talks about Bitcoin going up. I think he still thinks it's going up. I think he knew what he was doing with the post. Donald Trump's son and himself both talking very highly of crypto. I think that with the economy the way it is, everyone basically experiencing the same thing in the U.S. Like, it's not better because we're in such a shitty situation. The fact that we get to hear the president's son and him talking so bullishly on crypto, it's almost like they have to make sure.
Well, this is it with Saylor. He's so invested, and he's got so much riding on it. He will never not say get Bitcoin, because I mean he'll be going against his whole ethos. The whole thing will come crumbling down. Imagine him coming out now saying, no, actually, you should start looking at all these other coins. I mean, everything would be like a house of cards. But it's crazy, really, how individuals are allowed to accumulate such amounts of wealth.
Yeah, I agree, too. I think there should definitely be a cap on wealth. I mean, it should be a really high cap. But, I mean, there should definitely be one. What is that thing I'm thinking about? I just had it in my head. I forgot what I was going to say.
While you're thinking about that, I went did some research on the quantitative stuff. So the Fed is ending quantitative tightening earlier than anticipated, and it's effective December the 1st. So we're just a couple of days away. This decision actually was announced on October the 28th through the 29th meeting, 2025 meeting. So they are definitely going to stop the tightening. Now, are they going to ease, or are they just going to let it float? I don't know. There are people.
So they're going to basically lower interest rates.
Well, not necessarily. They may just keep them the same. You'll hear it both ways, that they're going to lower or they're going to raise them. Who knows? Who really knows? But yeah, and just to help, since Daniel is not here to protect himself, he does believe that the major cap have already topped, but he does also believe that the XRPL assets, the microcaps, are in for a long and extended bull run. So yeah, so you can, people can cry about the macro caps, but we're gonna, according to him, we're gonna be in for a pretty nice bull run on the micro caps and the XRPL assets.
In support of what Dan says about that, I was thinking about this and I thought, do you remember? Do any of you remember that video of Trump patting his friends on the back, saying, "How much did you make? How much did you make? How much did you make?" Do any of you remember that video?
No. Was that a real video?
I assume it was a real video. But if my friends in the States are questioning it, then who knows?
I don't remember that video, so I have not seen it.
So it was basically, and everyone was upset about it because it's like, they were just gloating at how much money they've made out of everybody, basically. And that just go in the whole of the space, because obviously this is the first time, it's been a global thing. Well, obviously it's always been global, but it's been on the world stage. Crypto's been on the world stage. So, but it's always when the people at the top have made enough money, then that's when it stops.
But you know what? That's the problem right there, Mike. The people at the top don't have the belief that they have made enough money. They are insatiable. These guys don't stop. They keep on wanting more.
But I feel like this is why what's going to end up happening is it's going to just be run into oblivion until the pot is just drained dry. But what will happen is they'll probably realise that, hold on a minute, we're onto a good thing here. Let's just stretch it out a bit. Do you know what I mean? Because if they want, they could just keep on doing this and doing it, and everyone's just going to keep on trying to play ball. But I mean, it's got to come to a point where I don't know. I like to think that everything's obviously planned ahead, which it most certainly probably is, isn't it? When it's a governmental thing. But when are they going to stop? I mean, it's all the money that.
They should remove the government from all of it.
I mean, to be honest, that's.
You think?
Well, every time they take control of any industry, like even Elon Musk used to talk about this. Like basically, no one cares about the electric car industry as much as Elon Musk does. Like if you start handing out subsidies or start trying to cram electric vehicles down the population's throat, you're going to cause money problems for everybody. You're basically trying to foot the bill through taxes, and then you're adding that to the deficit just by providing kickbacks. And all of a sudden, next thing you know, the grid is going down because it can't support the weight. You don't have enough infrastructure or businesses wanting to create, or maybe they want to create it, but they don't have enough time to create the infrastructure to support it.
Hey, Amber,
I think no matter what, I think the future, maybe even 10 years, almost every car produced is going to be electric.
Agreed.
Maybe 20 years.
Yeah, I can see that. So moving on, I've got another nugget to drop tonight. Now, you cannot purchase XRP on PayPal, but I wasn't aware of this, but you can use PayPal itself to buy XRP specifically and other cryptos or off exchanges using PayPal. I didn't realise that. I thought it was strictly you couldn't use PayPal full stop. Did you guys ever use PayPal to buy crypto? I certainly haven't.
Actually, you know what? I just posted it in the group that I sold some domain names, and I got some money, and I got paid in PayPal. And I thought, what the hell am I going to do with this money on PayPal? So I started researching it, and they have a crypto wallet, and I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's
So
a new feature. That's the new feature there is the crypto wallet.
So I created a PayPal wallet, and I was looking, okay, cool, I'm going to buy some XRP. And no shit, they don't have it. They have like Ethereum, they have Bitcoin, and they have Litecoin, and they have Solana and something else, but they didn't have XRP. And I'm thinking, all right, maybe I can buy like some Solana or something and just transfer it over to my Coinbase account and then exchange it for XRP. But you know what? I have not looked at Coinbase to see if I could pay with PayPal. I did not notice that.
So the exchanges do accept PayPal as a payment for XRP. So you can use that route to get your crypto, which is quite interesting. I've never used PayPal for that reason.
I'll look it up after the show. I'll check it out.
Nice nugget though. Nice nugget.
Very nice nugget. Very nice nugget.
Was that an unstoppable domain name free?
No, it was a regular .com.
Okay.
Back during the .com frenzy, I went domain crazy. I had a whole bunch of collection. Yeah, actually, it did turn out to be a smart move. My wife was beating my ass because I bought a whole bunch of domain names, and I just let them. I just let them, just store, in my account, my GoDaddy account. And so I just let them. I had like 4-letter domains and stuff, and these cool word domains. And yeah, now I put them up for auction, and now they're beginning to sell. So it's like, oh wow. They're beginning to move again because they were like dead. There was no movement. Now they're beginning to move, and it's like cool. I didn't even know it. I just saw some money coming in. It's like, oh man.
Sounds like GoDaddy has become a sugar daddy for you.
Oh, I believe me, I didn't get that much money. I'm nobody's sugar daddy.
Sorry, based on what we were talking about earlier in the chat, guys, I just saw that. I thought I'd just throw it in somehow.
Speaking of live free, of you buying things and flipping them like domain names, how about you flip that yacht back over to me for like what you bought it for?
Well, then that wouldn't be an investment, bud.
Oh, there's some negotiation. Oh, all of a sudden it's turned into a negotiation zone.
It's for the good of the people.
It's for the good of the people, huh?
Bird fight.
Well, don't let it. We can rent it for you. Just put it in Expector.
You know what? I tried to put it in Expector. I don't see how to be able to put it in the marina.
Live free. I feel like Colton saying that you get to rent your yacht. That's just making your yacht sound really cheap.
You know what? The funny thing is cheaper than some of these fancy fuzzies out there, and so I don't see. It's like, are you saying your yacht's that cheap or what?
Oh, I don't value NFTs like the way everyone else does.
Of course you don't, right?
I'll be completely honest with you. Like for me, like I'm interested in the asset and how to grow ATM, and even my own art for the NFT collection. Like I own like 2 of them, I think, and it's actually it's pretty cool to see. Like that people value it at such a high rate. But until that NFT is like my deed to like a house or like a car or has got real world utility, like, I'm in everything that I do. My mind just goes to the future, and I want so badly to have that next step to make ATM like a real utility, like not a meme token, but something usable and something fantastic, and I just have to find that thing first.
Let me ask you this: Would earning money, and not by flipping, but would earning money with your NFT, would you call that utility?
Yeah. It's almost like the way I explain NFTs to everybody. Like, people say, "Oh, it's a stupid JPEG," and in one sense they can be right. In another sense, they're wrong. To me, it's just like a token to show that you're a part of the community. That's why they're big presence in PFPs. But earning money on the NFT is like a show and tell of the future. Like, how could this work? Okay, I'm going to buy into an ETF NFT. And that way the ETF actually just pays me directly to my wallet instead of being on an exchange sort of thing. I mean, there's so many use cases for them that, to me, the future is in real hardcore utility. Like, I had an idea one time about Sony cameras implementing a function that stamped or minted the images that it took as an NFT to prove that the image was unaltered. And I thought that was a great idea because, you got AI and all that stuff coming. So if you have a mint from a Sony camera saying this is the raw image data, that's really usable in journalism or news stations and stuff. That way they don't grab up and repost fake news.
I think we all say that crypto is early. I think NFTs are even earlier. I think the where you could go with NFTs is just unbelievable. I mean, just off the top of my head, I could see a discount store card as an NFT. You go in and get all your discounts on store cards as an NFT. I could see a credit card as an NFT where you put money on it and you go and use it in the shop or buy online using the NFT. There's contracts, there's housing sales, there's so many things that you could use NFT. It's just the technology is not quite there yet.
We've already got this kind of stuff already,
yeah.
But it's just the blockchain infrastructure and the back end, really.
Yeah.
I think it's really the back end. Like with the dynamic NFTs.
Yeah.
Like in my mind, they are literally so dynamic. Like you don't need smart contracts anymore. You can just utilize NFTs to carry out whatever you want to do.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's the marriage between Web 2 and Web 3 by implementing functions based on file storage.
I just don't think we've even touched on the real use cases for NFTs yet. It's just not quite there yet. That's all it is. It will come.
Yeah, you know what? It's just like saying you're making money with the NFTs. It's like we have the Ava DApp coming out to where you can create an actual avatar NFT and you can train it. And you can battle each other, and you can earn crypto through that avatar. If it is, if it's a high quality avatar, and you can train it well, and then you can, in essence, sell it because it's like a racehorse that's been trained. It's a high quality racehorse now. This is a high quality NFT that you have given it a lot of value through blood, sweat, and tears. So it's the same thing. You're going to be able to make money with these 3D dynamic NFTs that are coming out from the DPMF from Fusion that you can mint on Fusion with the Ava DApp.
Yeah, and that makes way more sense to me than buying a fuzzy NFT and then for I don't know how much they list it for, 20 XRP or 10 XRP, I don't know. And then trying to resell it for 1,000 XRP. I mean, which maybe in a couple of years, and fuzzy is looking like a $1 billion meme token, then yeah, I can see it. But
I don't know about that. I have my doubts on some of these projects that are just minting just regular NFTs that have no art value. I think it's a lot more difficult for them if they don't have any utility to them, as opposed to something that has artistic value. Like, let's say if you buy an NFT from Mojica or from Rogerin or something that does have value that I know it will increase with time, just like any artist or like most artists. So if it's just a regular routine 2D NFT, I would bet my money more on an artistic NFT as opposed to just a shall we say a project that just mints 100 NFTs of a bear or whatever. I mean, but that's just my personal investment opinion.
No, I completely agree with that. I was only using it as an example, not saying that their NFTs would be that one day. I mean, who knows? Maybe.
Yeah, you're right. They may be.
The big couple I look at.
I feel the industry is.
The big couple I look at.
Sorry, Colin. I was just going to say, I think the industry is realizing that NFTs, because at first when NFTs were quite new, it was like, oh wow, yeah, let's get the NFT. But now everybody's realizing that about utility, and now people are starting to put the utility link to everything. And it's like, well, hold on a minute. what does it do? What is it for? So there is going to become a demand where whatever the NFT is, it has to do something. There needs to be a purpose for it, other than because the whole purpose of it is to appreciate. It's got to appreciate, otherwise it's like,
Well, I mean, not only that. One of the main purposes is really just to you're raising money for your project so that you can expand. That's the way that I look at it. Like when I look at an NFT collection, you put whatever utility you can on it. Like our first collection, Dirk literally doubled the amount of ATM we made from the collection that was launched, and then sent over both sides of that to Opulence to airdrop people. So basically, what he did was, in a sense, the utility for the project was we basically took ATM off the market and gave it back over time to people who were actually paying attention and doing the due diligence to go and claim it each week.
So do you mean sort of like a sort of digital crowdfund kind of thing?
Yeah, to me, that's exactly what it is, in a sense. I mean, but there's that fun aspect of it being a character, and it gives you an identity as being a part of a community, and that's what it is to me. I mean, I don't speak for ATM. I speak for myself. I'm in the ATM account. We all have different views, but, you know.
So, if anyone in the audience has got any nuggets they'd like to drop, put your hands up or write comments in the comments box. We can read them out. We're here every Sunday night at 8 o'clock, and we talk everything about crypto and GP. Please join us on our next shows. We're always here, and you can go to the YouTube channel to listen to some of our chats. They're actually pretty good. I don't think... Well, we've done 1 hour, 31 minutes, live free. I think we should probably wrap up the show from here. What do you think?
Yeah, as long as nobody else has any questions or comments or concerns, then we'll go ahead and wrap it up. All right, we'll finish it up with a little bit of poetry by one of our members, NSCV. Fusion of Eternity. A realm of eternity with interoperability as its heart. A house of transparency, a dwelling of 1,000 art. A world of endless creation with complexity as its part. To the end of utility, our fusion of creation is the start. A variety of colors painted onto the canvas of eternity. An endless possibility crafted with the block of utility. Within Fusion's hand lies the beauty of interoperability. At Fusion's soul, there dwells the reality of an endless possibility. Fusion is a sea of complexity, presented upon the river of simplicity. It's a palace of simplicity built on pillars of utility and efficiency. A Fusion way is the dwelling and dealing of every currency. A Fusion day is built within thoughts and dreams of the rise of many. Fusion is a flower of fruitful beauty, planted on the lands truly. It is a realm crafted by brilliant hands that works endlessly. It is a grand castle of art and vision designed beautifully. It is a vast river of utility that eternally flows freely. Fusion of Eternity by NSCV. This show was sponsored by FusionXIO.com, a premier permissionless NFT platform where you can mint and then sell your NFTs in any of the over 54,000 coins on the XRPL. FusionXIO now has the capability to see and manipulate 3D NFTs, and soon we'll have the ability to see them in augmented reality. FusionXIO is also just breaths away from permissionless minting of your awesome 3D dynamic NFTs in all the currencies on the XRPL. Also coming soon will be where you need to go to get the future Yem Part 1 and 2 rewards. The current Yem Infinity reward has already gone out today, so check your wallets. Remember, to be able to unlock the yield earning mechanism, you will need to own at least one XIO, and the amount of Yem Infinity reward depends on the amount of XDX you own. Thank you for joining us today for this late afternoon chit chat. If you have any questions, please reach out, and just please follow all the speakers here. Please don't take anything we say as financial advice. Do your own research. With that said, we bid you farewell and hope you join us again next week for another deep dive into the blockchain world. This show is recorded, so if you missed a part of it, you can go back and listen to the show. Please share and have a beautiful day, people. Bye-bye.
Good night, guys. Take care. See you next week.